Hey guys, it's Kaichou here from the Weiss Schwarz Club, and I'm bringing you another deck profile video. As you can see from the title, this is going to be the $5 or less challenge, and the set we're using is Assault Lily. I'm sure you all know what the meta builds are for this set, but some cards are just too expensive to buy. The build that I'm going to show you today is the Pan Store build. So let's start off with our zeros. We play 4 of these clean cuts that gain +1 level and 500 power when you have 2 or more other characters. This profile has always been good, and I play this as a 4-up to make sure we have blue early since our level 1 climax combo is blue. Next, we have our Draw 2 Ditch 1 Brainstormer. The first effect isn't relevant in this deck, so we would just ignore it. This Brainstormer is there as a plussing engine if we need it, but it isn't the main focus of getting a plus because it does not have selection. After, I play this 0/0 Yuja. This is an anti-runner which prevents the card in front of it from moving to another slot on the stage, but it also has an on-attack pump 15. This has synergy with our clean cut and can pump the clean cut to 4k, which will most of the time kill any characters at level 0. This card is also good in the mirror since the other Assault Lily player will play the level 0 Dodger, which will run away if there's a character in front of it, so this will stop it and also tie with the card. Next, we have our Climax Swap that is also on play top check 2, and you can rearrange those cards in any order. I play this as a 2-up because the top check is very important for a level 1 combo, and since I play Pants, I would have a higher chance of having a Climax in hand to use the Climax Swap ability. I also play this Fumi that has on play, I can pump 1k to any character on my board, and Act ability where I can pay 1 sack her and look at the top 4 of my deck and add 1 character. This card is our controlled mill since we don't have that much mill aside from our level 1 climax combo, but that's a controlled amount. The power pump is also useful with the clean cut if we don't open the Yuja anti-runner. Next is the Spawn Riki, which allows you to summon a cost 0 character equal to your level from your deck and has an on play if you have 2 more other characters you can draw ditch. Notice that you can use the Riki effect first to spawn a character and then use the draw ditch effect in case you didn't have 2 other characters on the board already. The main cards you want to be spawning from the Riki is the 1/0 combo, the 0/0 Fumi that cracks the top check 4, or the clean cut. The next card is the on play. I can pitch a climax to salvage a character. It also gains 1k when you play another character up to 2 times per turn. The Kaide is a pay 1 pitch a character to look at the top 4 and add any card to your hand, but it also has shuffle 2 characters back from waiting room into the deck and +1 soul on play. The Yuja drop salvage. On play, you must mill 2 and if you have the climax, you can neg 1k power to a character in your opponent's front row, and it also is a drop salvage, which allows you to have access to waiting room. These 3 cards let us grab specific cards since our Brainstormer is not selective. The Yuja drop salvage can be replaced for the TD drop searcher because this deck does not have search aside from the spawn Riki. I prefer to play the drop salvage because it does give us more mill options, and most likely our combo will be going into the waiting room after the turn because we have milled through the deck. The 0/0 Kaide also allows us to shuffle back 2 cards first, and then we can pay 1 pitch a character to look at up to 4 of our deck and add 1 card. This essentially allows us to get any character in our waiting room to our hand. This card can also act as a 2-soul beater in the late game, shuffling back soul triggers or non-soul triggers so we can have exact damage numbers. And that closes out our level 0 game with 18 zeros. Moving on to our level 1s, we have the 1/0 Yu that is a climax combo with the pants. It is 5/5 if you have 2 or more other characters, and on attack if you have 2 or more other characters. You can pay cost, which is pitch a card from hand, and perform the following effect twice. Mill 1 and salvage up to 1 character equal to the level of the card milled from waiting room. This effect is similar to cigarettes as seen in other sets, but the one upside is that this card does not have to mill, unlike the other cigarettes combo that forces you to mill when you play the climax. This combo allows you to hand filter and a semi-selection, which our Brainstormer does not give us. I think this combo is fine because it allows us to get any utility zeros that we mill, and then also if we hit a 3 we can grab an early play or a finisher to save for later in the game. The next card is the 1/0 Mai that is a drop assassin, meaning she gains 500 for every character when she is played, and she lets me scry the top of my deck and is a good secondary level 1. The 1/1 here gains 500 times the number of other characters when another one of my characters attacks and has hand encore. This is played to get rid of standby targets and can be up to 10k when she attacks last with a full board. Lastly, we have a generic 2k backup that might be able to save your combo being 5-5 or your 1-1 being 6k, but this card will eventually be replaced with the 1-1 Leaf Encounter PR. For our level 2, we have two 2-1 anti-change clock bombs that have on play you must mill 3, and if you mill a climax, you can send one of your opponent's level 3 or lower character in the front row to the waiting room. This card can effectively kill 2 cards since it can kill one and you can anti-change the other one and give you an open lane to swing into. I play this as a 2-of because this card is very strong, and in the meta of early plays and standby you can get rid of those pesky standby targets, and also it is used as green fix. To round up the level 2s, we have a 2k front to level 3s and has an act ability that allows you to pay 2 tap itself to bounce an opponent's character. This can be used to bounce any annoying back row cards or just a little bit more power for a level 3 endgame. We also play 2 counters here. The first one is a 3k member kit counter, and the second one is your generic 2500 with pay 2 free fresh on backup. Ending off with level 3s, we have our finisher combo, which is the stock healer, and on attack, if you have 4 or more other characters, you can pay 2 to burn 4. This finisher isn't too good, but if any of the 4 sticks, the chances of you winning have just increased. Next, we have an early play Mai if you have 2 or less climaxes in waiting room. If all your characters are Lily Trey, she gains 1500 power, and whenever someone fronts into her, you can pitch 1 card and bounce her back to hand. She is good as a play in the mid game, and if you need a healer for level 3, you can bounce her back to hand, and she can also deny any level 2 reverse effects. The next Fumi is a summoner that lets you play another character equal to your level from hand when she's played, and she has an on attack pay 3 stock swap ability. The pay 3 on attack might be too expensive, but since we play stock queue and the summoner does play a level 3 from her hand for free, we should be able to have enough stock to stock swap on the first swing. This is your only out to compress decks because our finisher is a burn 4, which is a really big number. We need her in games where our opponent is too compressed. This last Kaide is kind of a tech that I play. She has a global 15. On play, you can salvage a character from waiting room, and you can rest her to look at the top 2 of your deck and rearrange them if you want. She lets us grab pieces that we might be missing for a finishing turn, or she can check for triggers to make sure I don't overswing. I think this card is always good as a 1-of if you have the space. Let's move on to some gameplay tips. I like to call this going second Assault Lily. The deck relies on using the clean cut to generate your advantage and does not really have a good turn 1 play. This is why you should always pass the first turn so you can effectively use your clean cut the next turn and clock draw twice to get more resources. For your mulligan, you want to look for the clean cut, the anti-runner, any form of stockout, and your 2 combo pieces. You don't have to tri-lane with the clean cut in order to get the value because your deck does not have good selection, so you want to be at 0 as long as possible to grab your level 1 combo. You can swing 2 characters and then have 1 other character in the back like the Brainstormer to get your power condition. One of the weaknesses of this deck is being pushed to level 1 without combo, which happens very often because you don't have selection. This is why you should take it slow at level 0 and try to accumulate more resources. Once you do have the combo though, it is very easy to loop the combo and grab any utility zeros you need. When performing your level 1 combo, remember to always pitch a 0 if you don't have one already, so you can always grab it off the mill. Another way to loop combo is by using the clean cut at level 1 that you had from level 0. The power prompt from the Fumi makes the clean cut 4-5, which can tie with opponent's level 1 combos. Our back row is mostly going to be our Brainstormer and the 0-0 Fumi that cracks herself so you can check top 4. That's why you can use her effect to open up the slot for your clean cut. This deck plays a lot of zeros, so make sure you use your top check abilities to confirm your mills. If you ever see a 3 at the top, make sure you grab your level 3 combo or your EP, since milling a 3 in this deck is very hard. Which is why I also play 1 copy of the 3-2 Kaide that allows you to salvage any character from your waiting room. Make sure to always try to grab this before your level 3 so you can make it easier to grab your pieces. For leveling, you want to level blue at level 1 so you can do your climax combo, green at level 2 so you can play your 2-1 anti-change bomb, and red at 3 so you can play your top end. Another combo that I've considered is the level 1 book combo as seen in the meta build. It is an on attack Shibakai, and on climax play it can assign another character the effect on reverse search 1. I've tried this combo out in this deck along with the 1-0 stock charger from the TD. The only problem I have with that combo is it is only 5-5 with the climax and might not be able to kill some level 1s. Also, since the book combo only grabs one card, we will not be able to filter out the dead cards we have since our brainstormer does not select. This is the one advantage of having the pants combo because we are not only able to semi-select our plus, but are also able to fix our hand and increase hand quality. With the top checks in our deck, we should be able to top check a 3 or a 1 so that we can get our combo back, or using the 3 to get any card we want. I think that this budget deck can be good enough to be played if you're on a budget and you do not want to pay $15 to $30 for the other double Rs. This deck on Yute totals for about 5,400 yen, which is about $50. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this budget deck and the $5 or less challenge. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Kaichou from the Weiss Schwarz Club, and we hope to produce more content for you guys in the future.